when we're starting a new tab, if you don't have this window here, you could just say up here under Create New and do a feet and inches template. Scrolling in with our mouse, okay, this is scrolling in. Someone asked me, how do you, like, if you're zoomed in too far, how do you get to another part of your drawing? Well, you just zoom out, and then you go pick another point and zoom in. And that's how you can kind of get around the drawing. Pressing the scroll button now is down is orbit like this, and holding down the shift key gives you the pan tool like this. For this drawing today, we are going to be in our two-dimensional view, and a lot of people keep forgetting this for whatever reason. So when you start today, you really want to make sure that you are over the top-down view. So I'm going to go to my Scenes tab over here, and I'm going to click the top-down view, which is right up here. Okay, it looks like this. All right, guys, make sure you're on my screen right now and you don't have 57,000 other tabs open that you're looking at other things, which I can see, and you know that. Please just have this tab open so you can watch it and get done what you need to get done. Thank you. Don't even worry about opening SketchUp right now. I really just want you to watch what I'm doing. You're going to have plenty of time to do it later. Again, this top-down tab is important because otherwise when you start drawing, like you start trying to draw things, you can think you're drawing like flat down here, and in reality you're not. You're drawing all the way around the back. It's kind of like an optical illusion almost. So the way we get around that when we draw is that we draw using the top-down view for right now. Well, we'll do the other way in a little bit. For now, this is all we want to do. All right. Now, when we go to draw with the line tool, we want to keep everything pretty much straight. So if we are clicking here once, and then I'm going to move my mouse over a little bit. I want to type in 10 feet, enter. All right, and then I'm going to move up again, 10 feet, enter, and again, 10 feet, enter, and again, 10 feet, enter. All right, since we are trying to do this, I'm going to pause this video for a second. The next rectangle we're going to make goes kind of like this, where instead of we're using all dimensions, I'm going to use what's called an inference. I'm going to infer these lines. So what that basically means is as I move close to this point here, my mouse is going to kind of get stuck on this line here, and it tells me, well, if you want to draw from this point, you're exactly even with the other rectangle. So I would be able to then move up along my green axis here, and if I then just hover over the top line, it's going to give me an inference point there, and I can make it the exact same size. All right. If I move over here, I'll have to enter 10 feet because I don't have any line to inference. But then as I come down this line again over here, as I get to the bottom, you'll see a red line show up. That'll basically align me with the bottom of the other side of the square. So I'm going to click that and then just finish connecting my shape together. All right, so if I go to the next kind of tool we can use here, real quick, the line tool. The line tool will also snap you to midpoints. So you can divide things up nice and evenly. Endpoints like this, and everything kind of just gets divided up nicely. I can also use a rectangle tool to make this same square as well. And so what I'll do here is I'll just move down to the bottom of this square here, and you'll see my inference line pull out. And that just means that I'll be able to make this square at the same baseline. And I'll click and I'll start to move out here. I won't hold my mouse. And what this is going to do is going to give me a rectangle. So to put rectangle measurements, or square measurements in this case, I'm just going to type in 10 apostrophe and then a comma in between the next 10, because the square has two sides that we need to know. So if you look down in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, you'll see it say 10 feet, comma 10 feet, and then if I press enter, that's going to give me a rectangle right there. So again, that was the line and the rectangle tools. Now if we keep moving down the list here, we have the arc, 2-point arc tool. And so I could make an arc. I'll infer, because I want to keep everything here the same height basically. So I'll just kind of mouse over the top, and then I will click once to start my line, and then as I move down, I can infer to the bottom of this next square, and then just kind of click to move out, just like that. And that gives me my arc. Moving on to the circle tool. Circle tool is under the square toolbar menu, and I'll click on the circle tool. And right now, if I look over here to the right hand side of my screen, it says sides, and that means that this circle is going to have 24 sides when I build it. So if I build it at 24 sides, you can kind of see how you can see the sides of the circle there. Each one of those little lines, and it's a kind of sharp point. So it's not that smooth. If I change the number of sides, I can make it a lot smoother. So if I click on the circle again, but this time I type in 100 in the bottom right hand corner, it says 100, then I'll just press enter, and now I can make another circle, and this is going to be more smooth, as you can see. When you want to start combining shapes, you can absolutely do that to make, you know, different shapes and objects. So if I took the circle tool and put a circle inside of my circle, okay, I could pretty much get myself the letter O, except for this face on the inside. It's still, this face on the inside here, it's still shaded in. O's have a hole in the middle, so we can get rid of this pretty easily. We can just right click on the hole and then say hide, just like that. The arc tool, we could have connected the other side here. Oh, make it look like a D, except we need the inside part of the D. Well, this tool is really cool and really useful. It's called the offset tool, and it's right here. It's under the push-pull tool, then right here is your offset tool. And this lets us make a line in from all the corners here, like this. And then I can right-click, and I can just say erase this face in the middle here. I want to get rid of this face in the middle, so I'll right-click, and I'll just erase it like that. Okay, so pretty basic shapes. We can take this shape and make a copy of it. And if we want to make a copy of it, all I would do would be to double click on this shape so the whole thing selects, and then I'd get my move tool and I can move it. If I press Control, I can copy it. And then we started talking about combining shapes here. Where's my rectangle? Right here. And this O, if I combine it with another shape, it can be a D. And I can kind of erase these parts of my D right here. And so, you know, sketching out these different shapes is something that we're actually going to start practicing with today. Let me give you one more shape to make. Let's say, what's a difficult letter to make? Let's say probably a W is probably pretty challenging. So to make a W, W is symmetrical in the middle. So you could just draw out the whole thing, which I'm going to show you now, or you can draw out half of it and then copy it, which is a little more advanced. But just a basic W, let's say we go down here, and again I'm going to invert all these points that just have about the same spot each place. And then here's my over, and this is kind of just approximating, as you can see, but something like that. Could be a W, pretty close. And so There are a lot of different ways to use these tools. If I wanted to make an R, let's say I'd make an R, I'd come straight down, I'd infer over here. Draw a little bit on the bottom, draw a little bit on the top. And if you ever want a tool to stop working, like as you can see here, I'm drawing and like the line is still coming out of my pencil. If I want to stop this pencil tool from drawing, I could just press the escape key and that'll stop it. And then I can just start again where I want. So there's kind of my R. And again, we'll draw a little shape down the middle. And I can move this. I don't like exactly where it is, so I'm going to click it twice. Hit the select tool, and then I'm just going to get my move tool and just kind of scoot it over a little bit. Oops, and then delete the middle face.